In this video, I'm going to show you everything you need to know when you're comparing the Yamaha MG06X against the Mackie ProFX6v3 Both of these are small, compact, portable audio mixers that can be used for a whole variety of applications. In this video, we're going to go through all the similarities and differences between these, and then we're going to talk about which one of these audio mixers I recommend for all types of different applications so you can make a decision that's right for you. First of all, if you are looking for pricing or specs for anything that you see in this video, we do have links down in the description below where you can find everything you see here from a variety of online retailers so you can find the best price possible. All right, first of all, let's start with the outputs and we'll work our way over to the inputs. In terms of outputs, you find a very comparable setup here. 2 XLR outputs for left and right, 2 balanced quarter-inch TRS outputs for left and right. You can connect all 4 of those outputs to 4 different outputs if you want. Very similar on both of these audio mixers. Both audio mixers have a headphone output. Then one output that the Mackie has that the Yamaha does not is on the back of this device. There's a USB output, and this offers a whole bunch of different connectivity that the Yamaha doesn't. You can record the main stereo output through USB on your computer, and you can send 4 different channels of USB into your audio mixer. 2 of those channels can come into a blend knob. The Yamaha doesn't have a blend knob. The blend knob is very useful for recording. What you can do is you can take 2 channels from your computer. So if you're recording vocals, you can listen to the music that you're recording to. Then you can have your microphone connected to the audio mixer and blend your headphones between the two to the preference that suits you more. If you want to hear more of your vocal or more of the track, you can blend back and forth. The Yamaha doesn't have anything like this. Also, we'll talk about the other 3/4 input coming into the audio mixer in a little bit, but I just wanted to touch on some of this as we're talking about USB. Next, you find a headphone volume knob on both audio mixers. That's the same. On the Mackie here, you can find the effects return knob, and on the Yamaha, you find the same, so you can control the level of your effects. Let's go over to the inputs now and talk about the inputs and the options that you have. Now, on both audio mixers, they both have 6 inputs. They have 2 microphone combi jack inputs per audio mixer, and then you get your stereo inputs. A lot of people are kind of confused about this because it says it's a 6 input mixer, but you really only have 4 volume knobs to control because 2 of those channels are stereo. So 2 stereo channels is 4 inputs plus your 2 inputs for your microphone. That's where you get the 6. Okay, let's start with the microphone inputs and we'll work our way over. Both of them have combi jack inputs, so you can connect XLR or quarter-inch into these inputs. On the Yamaha, if you're connecting a line level source, you can add a pad to these inputs. What this will do is it'll basically lower the volume before it comes into your audio mixer. So if you're connecting a really loud source, sometimes pianos and drum machines and that type of thing, sending a line level source pretty hot, and you just want to put a pad on it first. On the Yamaha as well, you get a high pass filter, which will lower the low frequencies. At 80 Hertz and below, it'll start to roll them off. You generally want to apply this on most microphones that you're using. On the Mackie, we have a comparable low cut button, so you can roll off the low frequencies in the same way that you can on the Yamaha. It's just set to 100 Hertz instead of 80 Hertz. Pretty small difference, not a big deal there. On the Mackie, we don't have the pad that the Yamaha does, but we have a high Z button. What the high Z button does is it will change the quarter-inch inputs on these inputs. It will actually change the impedance to better match a magnetic pickup. So your magnetic pickups from an electric guitar, bass guitar, mandolin, anything like that will sound better if you connect them directly to the Mackie than if you connect them to the Yamaha. Next, we have the preamps. So on the Yamaha here, we have really nice preamps. They give 64 dB of gain. On the Mackie, we have pretty good preamps and they give 60 dB of gain. So if you're always connecting dynamic microphones or something like that, and you just need that more gain, the Yamaha does have better preamps and more gain available than the Mackie. Next, both of them have a 2-band EQ. They function very, very similar. So you get the same options and same functionality there for your microphone inputs. As we go down, we'll find more differences. On the Mackie, we actually get a 1-button compressor. This is really helpful. What a compressor does is it basically squishes your volume into a tighter box so you're not always mixing It makes the audio sound a lot more consistent. Sounds really good when people are singing into a microphone, but I also use this if you have a podium microphone or a wireless handheld. It just makes it easier for you to mix, and it makes the audio sound more consistent. The Mackie has that and the Yamaha does not. Now, both of these audio mixers give you the option to add effects to your first two inputs. The effects engines are very different. So on the Yamaha here, you can click on effects if you want them, and then you can turn up your effects return. Over here, you'll find the effects engine, and you can basically choose to have a reverb or a delay. This button here will toggle between reverb and a delay. Once you've toggled as to whether or not you want a reverb or a delay, you then get three options to choose from. On the reverb side, you can choose hall, room, or plate. And on the delay side, you can choose hall, room, or plate. You can do that by toggling this blue switch down, and the yellow light will let you know what you've selected. On the Mackie, we get a whole lot more, much more robust effects engine. So you can turn it on. Oh, that's the compressor. So you can turn on the effects engine for the channel that you want to use. Turn up your effects return. That will get your effect going. Then we have this whole digital effect engine. Right now you can see I'm on delay. There's a bank of 12 different effects that you can choose from. Some of them are combi as well, so you can do a reverb and a chorus, or a delay and a chorus. Now the thing that's really nice about the Mackie is if you don't like the way the effect sounds, you can tune the effect. If you want to speed up or slow down the timing on the effect that you've chosen, you can edit any of these variables. Every effect that's in here comes with 3 different variables. Now, not only can you edit the variables, but you can actually EQ your effects engine. You can put on a low cut, a high cut, or you can tune the mid frequencies if you want. Another nice thing on the Mackie is once you do get those dialed in, you can actually save them to presets. So you can save 6 custom effects compared to the 6 that are built in stock on the Yamaha. So that's a really big difference when we're comparing these two audio mixers. Next, let's take a look at the stereo inputs. Again, here we're going to find a whole lot of differences. On the Yamaha, it's very basic. We have the stereo pair 3-4 that you can control with the volume knob here. And we have a stereo pair 5-6 that you can control with the volume knob here. This is very handy and it's very, very flexible for you. You can connect anything from laptops to phones to keyboards to drum machines, whatever you want in there, and your stereo image will be set. On the Mackie here, it's quite a bit different. So for channels 3-4, we get a stereo input. But for channel 3-4 here, we can also click this button down here, and this will allow us to bring in USB audio from our computer instead of connecting analog audio through these 1/4-inch input jacks. So depending on what you want to do, if you just want to connect your computer directly through USB, you can do that on the Mackie, or you can have the same functionality that you have on the Yamaha. For channel 5-6, we have this stereo TRS 1/8-inch line input here, so you can connect an aux cable to your phone or something like that, and that will give you a stereo line input. But you also get Bluetooth on the Mackie. So this works a couple different ways. One, of course, you can just connect this to your phone and have music, but you can also bring in remote callers and it'll generate a mix minus for them. So they can participate in your live stream, your podcast recording, your live event, and they will be able to hear everything coming from their mixer, but they won't hear themselves coming into the mixer. So it tidies that up automatically for them so they can have a better experience participating in your meeting as well. So again, we do find Bluetooth and USB inputs on the Mackie for the stereo inputs, where we don't find any of that over on the Yamaha. Aside from that, both of these audio mixers do also supply 48 volts of phantom power, so you have no problem powering dynamic microphones, condenser microphones, or ribbon microphones, or a microphone preamp. Being able to turn that on gives a ton of functionality to both of these, but they are the same with that. Okay, so which one of these audio mixers do I recommend? Now, the pricing does vary per region, so you need to factor that in depending on where you live. Again, I have links down in the description below to help you figure that out. For me, if I'm a DJ or if I just need a quick, I used to have a AV rental company. We had a ton of these MG06s. They're so easy. Everybody knows how to do it. You can connect 2 microphones and a laptop to a sound system, and that's perfect for like a small breakout room, something portable. It's quick. We beat the heck out of these things. They will survive the test of time, and if you're in a pinch and you need an effects engine, you have that too. So it's a really great flexible audio mixer. I also recommend this if you're a DJ just trying to do something basic. You're just trying to connect 1 or 2 wireless microphones. You might need reverb every once in a while, but you don't want to overthink it. And you can connect your turntables and an aux input, like you can have a backup input from your phone. So that gives you pretty much everything you need as a DJ in one small input. Now, if you're considering doing any type of recording in your future, even if you're a DJ wanting to do more recorded sets, or if you're doing karaoke and you want to record those sets, if you're doing corporate events, hybrid events, and you're considering doing any type of online streaming, if there's any opportunity for you to interface with a computer in the future, I highly recommend getting the Mackie over the Yamaha here, because the Mackie gives you that very, very robust USB connectivity. Not only can you record and everything like that through USB, but you also get this blend knob functionality. So if you're recording music and doing music production at home or anything like that, then you can use the blend knob, which is super helpful. And the effects engine, it's a little bit slower than the Yamaha. So I find it's not as good if you're doing live events, because you kind of have to get in there and tune it. They do sound pretty good, but you get way more detail out of it. So if you're somebody that's picky about your effects and your reverbs and that type of thing, I know this is, if you're into singing or music at all, I would say that the Mackie will give you more options here again compared to the Yamaha. I hope this video has been helpful comparing both of these. I hope it gives you a better view on which one of these is right for you. If you have any questions about either one of these, please leave a comment down in the comment section below. And if you want to see more videos like this in the future, please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.